Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. This is so sad. This is so sad. There's some poor, sick individual that's a deranger that everything that they can find about Meghan, they post what they think is Kate's best outfits. Not to mention what they think is a disparaging photo of Meghan, some awful photo of Meghan. A lot, what they will go through to, I guess, do their best to make it appear as though the photo was actually, um, for lack of a better word, a triple X photo or something like that. This person is truly, truly sick. And it almost does no good to report these people because, they have a new owner now. So, but it's the height of desperation that they have right now where they just hate the fact that their standard bearer is nowhere to be found, that their standard bearer have confirmed what people have said, you know, since what, 2012, 2011, and even before that, even before they were married, those other two, they both had individual reputations for being lazy. And I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm not going to hesitate to say it. I think that they're using the events of the past year or the past, what, 6, 7 months as an excuse to do nothing while the rest of the world has moved on. And so, because um, that was the only thing that they could cling to, was basically an imbecile, they, or imbeciles, there's both of them, um, they feel lost now. Not that they care about them so much. You got to understand, they don't care about those other two so much. They were using them as a weapon, as part of their hate campaign against anything black or brown, um, anyone who's not from Britain or came over on the Mayflower, in other words, a white American, anybody who's not MAGA or Brexit. Those are the people that they have an in for. In other words, the majority of the people in the world. That's who they have it in for. And it's just really sad. I mean, it's just I look through it and it doesn't really offend me because of how ridiculous it is. It doesn't, like here, there's a picture of Meghan next to the one who's getting evicted. And I guess that's supposed to mean that actually I don't it's just pathetic. It's so sad. This person truly needs, and I could imagine what that person looks like. I've fallen and I can't get up. That's what they look like. They look like someone from that commercial. I've fallen and I can't get up. Um, Everybody loves a winner. Um, Lydia, thank you so much for being first. Hello, Dansby, Reba Henderson, Joy Amore, Calavita, Najagu, and who else? Shirley Holland, Lola Love. Okay, I'm going to hey Big Mama, Viva, Moshi Lawrence. All right. Tash Mac, Adrian Burrow, Bright Eyes, PBMJ. It's been a while, hasn't it? Leg says, wind in the hair, force of nature, Duchess of Sussex. Get it. Here, here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, boy, 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 boy. Listen, if you're not on Twitter, do not start an account because there's a particular evil element over there, and you don't want to be exposed to this. Uh, uh, uh. What desperation! What awful desperation! Oh well. Okay. Enough of that. All I want. Let me see. Oh no, it says I want all of Duchess Megan's Columbia outfits. Here's where to buy them. Okay. Well, I tell you, as per usual, Meghan has been giving royal, um, royal bride, royal woman, princess, duchess lessons of elocution, of wardrobe, and even yeah, she's been giving lessons. I think. The last time she had to give a lesson like that was when they left for good. Remember that? When they left Salt Island, that was the last time she had to give a lesson. That was her first big class, I think, master class in how to dress as a duchess. I don't think they were paying attention. Okay, let's keep it moving then. All right, so a couple new photos. You can see the one on the right that came up today, and you know these are my favorite. I love this whole look. Um, yeah, I'm loving this. I hate that guy is holding his phone up. It looked like there's a big tag sticking out of Megan's hat. But other than that, it's a great photo. But look at the smile on his face. He's just so happy to be this close to the dynamic duo. I don't blame him. But put that phone down. uh, 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 uh. Mm, um. Oh, I missed the speeches. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I was working on that other video. By the way, I do have a video that's supposed to start in like 30 minutes. I am going to push that time back, obviously. So don't stay up and try to watch it. Just watch it tomorrow if you can. I'm going to go ahead and push that time back so that it won't conflict with me right now. Um, okay. How do I push the time back? Did I even set up a premiere or did it come on already? It didn't come on, did it? I think I set up a premiere. Yeah, it is a premiere time. I'm gonna make it 2 a.m. I'm not gonna be here until 2 a.m., of course, but I'm just gonna make the start time to 2 a.m. and save. So I hope that doesn't interrupt anyone, but oh, okay. Thank you so much, Lydia Washington. All right, so let's keep it moving. This is another collage. I don't think I shared this one with you yesterday, but I'm loving these. I am loving these. Okay, I won't spend a lot of time with that. So I think my background is just a little too busy, but anyway, you could see the photo, I'm sure. Those are the kids that were dancing. Those are the salsa dancing kids. I don't know if that's the name of the group. Um, Murdoch, you're not late. I've only just started. I promise. I've only just started. Thank you so much for being here. But oh, I'm trying to get comfortable. Oh, ooh, ah, there we go. Lavertha, thank you so much for being here. uh, and albino roach. you know, I'm gonna say if she'll just tone down that gold eyeshadow, I would feel better. Oh, look at there. Look at there. Somebody is going to be the envy of their entire class. I know. I know. I know. Matter of fact, I haven't seen a smile like that since Megan was traveling with World Vision. Remember that? Megan was traveling with World Vision. Or was it who was the ones that turned the water on? Meghan Markle, World Vision. Yeah, whichever trip that was when they turned that water on, that was the last time I saw that look. And if you haven't guessed by now, I'm gonna show it to you. I am going to show it to you. That was the last time I saw that look. Um, and there was probably some place in between that I don't recall. But okay. Well, kids just gravitate to Megan. They do. Just like her little goddaughter that she only just met. I think that's very sweet. Let's see. uh, okay. There we go. Mm-hmm. You all are too funny. Um, let me see. Yeah, I think it was World Vision. I'm going to say it was World Vision. Anyway, um, onward and upward. Oh, that is a success. It is. You know, um, I know it's difficult sometimes because they use every trigger they can think of, but I am proud of the strength that you have. Yeah, so is this one, two, three? Yeah, that's the third picture. So yes, those came out today. I'm sorry, one, two, and three. There you go. That's the third one. And okay, so we all saw this. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but you see that? There was this one. And I think this one was deliberately a little um shall we say the tone of it was not the absolute best it could be. This one has a much richer tone. Of course I prefer this. It looks better. Um but yeah, because the other one is kind of washed out a bit, but actually this one needs to be lightened a little bit, I think. That one looks like they're in a jazz lounge. But yeah, so oh, what did I just do? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I keep hitting the other button here. That's what it is. Let me move this other keyboard. But yeah, so that's a great pick. So again, that was from when they first arrived. Um, Harry looks great. Raphael looks magnificent. Meghan, gorgeous, and of course, the vice president, beautiful. Love, love, love this group. And then there was this. Okay, there was the video where Megan was dipped really fast by whoever that is dancing. Um, I don't know which is which, but anyway, that was nice of that person to dance with our Duchess. And Megan doesn't weigh that much, and I'm always afraid somebody's going to, you know, fling her around too fast. But I mean, not that this person was likely to do that, but she gets so happy and excited when she's having a good time, and I'm just like, Megan, please do not let those people hurt you. Remember, remember how she had a whole group of people, like I won't say mobbing her, um, when they were in Nigeria, but I'm just like, she's such a little delicate thing. I'm always afraid that she's gonna get hurt. Okay, Sonia Johnson's saying she doesn't have sound. Let me know if the rest of you all do. But yeah, I'm always kind of afraid. And that includes Harry too, because sometimes Harry I don't think he knows his strength. But yeah, they put some more of those salsa photos out there. Yeah, I'm just like, she's a little delicate. She's a little delicate. I don't want her to get hurt. And when she's having a good time, I don't think she thinks about it. And of course, listen, the salsa kiss, that is the kiss that has gone round the world and back. This has been such a success, a huge success for the Sussexes. And in spite of everything they were trying to do in the tabloids, it just doesn't make a difference. Um, and also, this morning, the British morning show, talk show this morning featured the Sussexes, and it included the Harry speaking Spanish, and it also showed the size of the crowd. I was so glad for that. The tabloids are being very shady, but I don't think that the rest of the British media is trying to hide it. But I promise you that the Sun and the Mail, they were both doing their best to avoid giving them any glory. They were doing their best to avoid giving them any glory. Um, but it was for naught. It was for naught. It was like a lost cause. It's like nobody's angry, nobody's hostile except for the tabloids. And because of the lawsuits and such, they really, by right, when they go so negative like that, it is a tradition that you remind people that you, oh, well, let me see, PDA, huh, okay. That's shocking. But you know what? It's not. It's not. The only thing that they don't do is show the popularity. They don't want to show the crowd size. But like I said before the trip started, they are going to use whatever they can get to make money while simultaneously doing their hatchet job. And that's exactly what they've done. Okay. Now, I've only just found this one here on the right side. I only found that like about an hour ago. How sweet. I didn't realize that they had a I guess like a group of some sort, a question and answer. I didn't realize that there was a question and answer involved with this date. But there was. There was. I'll show you. See there? Looks like there was a bit of a question and answer, and there's Harry with his what do you call it, translator in his ear. Uh, there may be someone translating for him, or they may be using some of that new technology, but I'm guessing they have a translator for him. But yeah, that was very cool. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Dansby. I um I have a bit of a thick skin and I don't get triggered enough to confront those people. But from time to time, you know what I do is I will take some of those nasty memes and nasty photos that they create for the Sussexes, and I will swap them out with the Waleses. I mean, I can usually redo one of those things in like 5 minutes. It doesn't take me long, and then I just put it back on their timeline. So I have a black belt in now take that. Now how you like that? Lex says, I think that they don't want people to notice the hugely successful tour. Oh, that was sorry. That was for someone else. They're trying to figure out how best to spin something while trying to avoid being seen as, I think I know that word. Let me see how fast I could do that without being seen as and somebody had to say it.
Bitter. And somebody needs to say it.
Bitter, bitter,
Bitter.
bitter.
Bitter, bitter, bitter.
That's right. They don't want to be seen as bitter, bitter, bitter. I have been doing a victory lap in my heart, in my head, everything but get up and go and exercise. But I have been doing a victory lap. That's it. I have been doing an ongoing victory lap. I cannot help myself. I'm just too happy. Ah, oh well. Let me see here. Let me get the next thing going here. Oh, that's sweet. That is so sweet. Oh, I'm gonna have to go over there and check that out. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's move on. Now, I'm gonna play a soundbite from Morad Morali. He went there. He went there. You could see in the caption what he referred to Camilla, but I'll let you listen to it. He had some choice words for Camilla and Chucky. Oh my God, it was so funny. Mm, okay.
So, if you're seeing Meghan Markle and Prince Harry right now, they are going viral on their tour in Colombia, where the outfits look amazing. So many people have come out to see them. Meghan is even speaking Spanish, bilingual queen, dancing as well together, outfits on outfits on outfits. It's gone absolutely viral, just like their tour in Nigeria. The royal family is seething. And this is why, because every time they try to clamp out Meghan and Harry, they just come back tenfold, looking absolutely beautiful, showing that the people and public wanted them. Because when you had King Charles and Camilla the Rat in Kenya, it was an absolute failure of a tour that nobody liked. And then you have Prince William, who left his hairline in the UK to go do his tours with Kate Middleton, and that turned into an absolute show where there were fences, where they were being carried through as well, and it just looked so ridiculous. And it ended up in protest of people demanding William to leave their countries. It was a failure. The fact that the vice president invited Meghan to come, and the fact that it's everywhere, it's just so beautiful to see how well the crowd loves Meghan. This is what could have been the real queen. But the fact that she's speaking Spanish, she's visiting schools with Harry, like actually wanting to get to know the people, is so beautiful. It would have transformed this royal family into something that people would have wanted to have seen. But the royal family had to get rid of them, and they can't get rid of them.
So again, that was Morad Morali. Camilla the rat. Camilla the rat. I know he left his hairline in the UK. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I'm sitting up here trying not to scream out laughing. My foot is doing that little happy dance. Oh boy, my side hurts. My side is hurting. I'm having too much fun. But that photo of Camilla did not come from the Royal Rota. That photo was taken by someone on their trip to Kenya. One of the, I guess, like a photographer from Kenya. And I don't know that I saw it in any of. Yeah, you know what? I think one of their papers did run that photo. And well, I tell you, that is in the public interest because the people of Kenya and the people of the world have a right to know if the queen consort is a rodent. They have a right to know. I'm afraid that's in the public interest, like all the other stuff that the tabloids do is in the public interest. Yeah. Is the wife of the head of the Church of England a human or a rodent? We have a right to know. Po Camilla. You can see how triggered she was when she noticed the camera. uh anyway, again, it's the gift that keeps giving. I'm so glad. I was frustrated because the Sussexes had not been seen for all that time. I was very frustrated. I'm like, where are those people? But they were working on this trip, and while the first foreign trip they took for pretty much similar reasons to Nigeria, that first trip definitely has its finer points, but this was huge. This was huge. Um, they did not leave much to. They left nothing on the table. I thought when it first started, I'm just like, oh boy, looks like they're gonna just be in and out of this building and that building. I didn't realize that there would be so much interacting with the public, but there was, and it struck just the right note. Yeah, you're right. Because if she was back home, she, you know, she would have had all of the privacy she wanted. But because she was over there, she was not afforded that privacy. Which reminds me, um, I wonder if she ever made it home because at first I thought this was like some, I guess, village drunkard or something like that, um, that staggered out of a pub. I'm like, oh, some people don't know when to go home. And then upon closer inspection, I realized that's no basic drunken village lush. That's the queen consort. Yeah, that is the queen consort staggering out the pub, um, doing those hands like what's her name, Wendy Williams, doing the dog paw. But yeah, she seems to. It's almost as though she don't know which way to go. Like from time to time, she forgets all of the nasty things that she's done to get into the position of queen consort. What an awful person! What an awful person! Terrible person. Now, there's a few photos I call get a room. Let's see. Meghan looks gorgeous in green as Harry is gifted musical instrument during latest stop on their royal Colombian tour. Um, that's a marimba, I think, that they gave him. They were going to leave the stage, and as they were getting to the edge of the stage, someone stepped toward them with a shopping bag or gift bag, and that's what was in it. So if you haven't seen the actual, the whole video, at this point they thought they were leaving, and then someone was like, "Oh, nope, where you going? We have a gift for you." So then they had to go back over and show everyone what they got. But yeah, at this point they thought they were gonna make a quick exit, but they didn't realize that there was a gift. Now, this was in the theater when they were at the the Black Women's Empowerment, Afro Women's Empowerment, and I don't know what's going on here, but all I can say is get a room, but God bless them. They still look at each other like that after what they've been was 2016. Yeah, so about 8 years has it been that they've been together, basically, for 8 years, and they still look at each other like that. That is a blessing. Yep. I'm digging you. I'm digging you too. Now, the secret signal of Meghan Markle's Colombian tour wardrobe. Here's what the signal is: get a job, go to work, and buy more clothes. That's the secret. And then you can send all the signals you want. Get a job, go to work, and buy more clothes. That's it. I don't know why they try to overcomplicate things. They know signals. The signal is she just likes her clothes and she dresses appropriately like an adult and not some, Mary Poppins wannabe or something like that. That's it. There's no secrets. That's the signal. That's what you do. Ain't no secret. Go to work. Get a job, go to work, and buy some more clothes. That's all she's done. And they need to stop talking about how much everything costs because they don't know how much she paid for it or how long she's had it. Some things that they thought she had bought new while over in Narnia was actually clothes that she had worn before, clothes that she had owned for a while. Now, 5 lessons in style and elegance that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left behind during their visit to Colombia. Want to know what the lesson is? Get a job, go to work, buy some more clothes. That's it. They doing too much. Get a job, go to work, buy some more clothes. I'm glad though. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they're keeping them in the news like this because it's much better than the alternative. But you know what? Do you? Now, Prince Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, conclude their visit to Cali this Sunday They attended the Forum of Afro Women in Power and Municipal Theater. Let's see. Yeah, that same stuff from yesterday. And then over here on the right, it says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle surprised the public in Cali during their visit to Colombia when they were seen dancing the salsa. So, yeah, there's there's got to be hundreds of these out there articles. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry share a kiss while salsa dancing in Colombia. You know, what I love about this is the fact that the rest of that twisted family are so busy looking down their nose, plotting and scheming. And yet, when people think of the royal family, they think of Harry and Meghan first. I almost hate the fact that they're associated with that group, but I think people know the difference. I'm sure most people know the difference. And as Morad said, they are viral. They have gone viral because of this trip. Uh, Meghan Markle dazzles in the most elegant boho dress by a Colombian designer in Colombia. Uh, that's Vogue. Vogue. Yeah, all three of these are Vogue. And I love that photo, by the way. Proves she's the ultimate queen of quiet luxury. Quiet luxury means that it's not an obvious brand, right? So only people that know can look at it and say, hey, that is a quality piece she's wearing. And then, of course, you have people that need to have the big labels and all the obvious conspicuous wealth, whereas Megan's is very quietly chic and elegant. That is that's how old money is. Old money is not obvious. Old money goes and buys some quality pieces and wear them again and again. Now she doesn't have that luxury because being in the public eye, you can rewear certain pieces, but some things you may not be able to wear it for a long time because it becomes part of your identity. So, but I think the best way around that is to wear it to a public and private occasion, right? And that way it doesn't look so obvious. But, and if you want to wear it a million times, who cares? She is classy. Absolutely. Class personified. The embodiment of class. Love this photo. I love this photo. Sorry, Harry, but I love this photo. Jeannie Rock Bailey, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you, of course, for being here and a member of Royal Sussex. Now, that is Glamour magazine. Meghan Markle wears the trendy office pants for fall 2024. They are marketing the fall wear with the Duchess of Sussex, even though it had to be 100 degrees or 95 degrees at certain points. And you know what? That's cool. That's cool because it still is a very positive reflection on the Duchess of Sussex. Now, I suppose there must have been some murmuring about the clothes, and we haven't heard that for a while. Who's paying for her clothes? But I'm sure you all remember that from back in the day. There was always this chatter about this grown woman wearing clothes that the palace led people to believe that there was like some budget for her wardrobe. And because of the constraints of being part of royal life, they were not allowed to respond. It says here, but many of the costs of air tickets, Meghan's clothing, and other expenses were not borne by the Colombian government. Uh, as many believe, since the tickets were bought by the Dukes of Sussex. Oh, no wonder this is weird. It's translated by the Dukes of Sussex themselves, who were interested in visiting our country, although the Ministry of Equality will confirm in a statement that the costs were Diana Geraldo's of 6 a.m. Hoi Por Hoi. What is that, a TV show? Went ahead and counted several data on the expenses of the visit of the Dukes of Sussex to the country. One of them, one of them, and those that has been, again, this is translated, has been talked about a lot, has to do with the cost of Meghan's clothing, which they came to assure that the Colombian government had hired several designers to fulfill their wishes every day. This turned out to be a gossip because the reality is that the clothes she wore is her own because she is a fan of Colombian designs that she has had for a while. It was also a complete rumor to say that more than 8 billion would have been spent on the visit because the reality is that many of the expenses incurred as travel were paid for by international corporation agencies, nor is it true that the Colombian government would have paid for 3,000 security men for the visit, nor that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex charge fees for coming to our country. Wow. Is the royal rota over there? So there you go. The UK and the royal family smear campaign against Prince Harry and Meghan is validating the Oprah interview, the Netflix documentary, and Spare. It has all been validated because of the smear campaign. I do believe that some of those British reporters and some of those chat groups online and such, they were doing everything they could to try to poison people in Colombia against Harry and Meghan. They were hoping that they would get booed or that there would be some scene. And that is why they get so upset about the fact that they're locked out of things because they want to take any little thing and amplify it to the point where it's a source of embarrassment to not just the Sussexes, but whatever situation that they're in. They want to find something that they can just pull on the thread and pull on the thread. And I thought about that. That is why during the trip, there was so many of these weird articles. They were hoping that what they printed or what they contributed online would somehow translate into talking points on social media. And again, the UK media and the royal family smear campaign against Prince Harry and Meghan is validating the Oprah interview, um, the Netflix documentary, and Spare. All of it is being validated. They were doing that deliberately. Some of the talking points were just ridiculous. They were ridiculous, but that was the point, was to give the derangers the ammunition that they would need to try to wreak havoc on social media, as if they need any encouragement. They do that all by themselves anyway. They don't really need much encouragement, but they were just trying to give them the material that they could use because with so many things happening on the trip that they didn't have much time to prepare. They didn't have time to think of something negative and nasty to use against them. So they used the usual talking points, the most unsafe country, the most crime anywhere, even all of this while the backdrop on their television is riots in 20 cities. 20 cities in the United Kingdom having race riots. They're literally chasing people down the streets and around the corner, and yet they are going on the attack against Colombia. And both of them had travel advisories at the same time. Very similar, right? Yes, absolutely.
Bitter. And somebody needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter.
I didn't notice this, but maybe you all did. That is, oh gosh, I think it's Arch. I see Archie and Lilybet. Yeah, Archie and Lilybet. I did not notice that, but someone who has eyes much better than mine posted that on the Twitter sphere. So very cool. Oh, Roy Anika. Roy Anika. Um, there's a squatty who shares a lot of the stuff from Britain. And because we don't have access to their television, we wouldn't see most of these things. But this is this morning, as I mentioned before. I'm going to cue that up for you. By the way, while I'm playing this, can someone help me out with something? Was Dr. Shola on Good Morning Britain today? Was Dr. Shola on Good Morning Britain? Help me out with that because I saw something that someone posted and I'm like, this could have easily have been 2 years ago, or is this new? I couldn't tell. And so I wasn't going to play it because I wasn't sure. But yeah, can you find out if she was on on Good Morning Britain? Oh, no sound. Okay.
Of course, it seems to be sparking a lot of controversy.
Everything they do sparks it.
Of course it does. Of course it
Yeah.
does.
Well, I think there were just a few question marks over what was the purpose of it.
Right.
I saw it as, for them, it was a successful trip. It was a brand building trip. It was, build brand Sussex. What's high on their priorities? Cyberbullying, mental health, female empowerment, all of that was in there. And it's kept them in the news. And I think for them going forwards, I reckon they might do more of these trips. We saw them in Nigeria in May. I think maybe my feeling is Harry misses some of those world tours, the official world tours.
Right.
The sort of reception you get. And you're right, Rochelle. Everything they do seems to spark controversy. Literally everything. So just, if they want to go to Nigeria and Colombia, let them. Why not?
Yeah. I don't.
It doesn't feel like they can sort of win, really.
No, I
They're
don't.
not representing the UK abroad, but they represent themselves. They're doing their own thing. They've got their causes. They should be able to go with
But
it.
we seem to care regardless.
Yeah. That's true.
We do, don't we?
They spoke some Spanish. We got
Representing the UK abroad, but they represent themselves. They're doing their own thing. They've got their causes. They should be able to go with it.
But we seem to care regardless.
Yeah. That's true.
We do, don't we?
We spoke some Spanish. We got Harry speaking some Spanish. I want to see this.
Buenas noches, Cali. Buenas noches, Colombia. Muchas gracias, señora vicepresidenta. Can you help me translate?
Harry speaks as much
Thank
Spanish
you
as
for
me.
your warm welcome.
Gracias por su cálida Bienvenida.
It sort of feels like a sort of English footballer who's just gone to Real Madrid.
She seemed a little more legit, didn't she?
She's fluent, apparently.
Really?
Yes.
He somehow still made it sound posh. That's what I quite liked about it.
Or Spanish.
Buenas noches is me. That's basically me. Buenas noches, gracias.
It was great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raya.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah, the first one didn't sound as loud as the second one, unfortunately, but they kind of made up for it on the other one. So again, this was on this morning, and they did show the size of the crowd along with this very close view that you see here of Harry speaking, but they also showed like a panning of the audience, which was really cool. So I'm glad for that. Roy Anika, she usually doesn't sound as ridiculous as the other Royal Rhoda reporters, although she is still definitely Royal Rhoda, but she never comes across as ridiculous as, say, Ingrid Seaweed, or what's the one, the Streetwalker? Whatever her name is, Streetwalker. She doesn't come across as ridiculous as some of those other people. But, I think just the little bit I saw, I'm sure she was on for much longer. She tried to sound like she had some sense. So, okay. So yeah, Legs got it right. It was after the, Nigerian tour she was on. And that's why I was so confused, because you could literally take the conversation from the Nigeria tour and just change a couple of names and a couple of words, and it would sound just like the Colombian tour, because it's the same talking points, the same ridiculous, triggers that they use from one thing to the next. So that's why I was confused. I'm like, this cannot be new, but I only saw a very small part of it, so I could not tell whether it was new or if it. But anyway, I tell you what, I'll let you listen to a little bit of it, and you can see why I got confused.
I'm wondering whether they're saying, no, they shouldn't come back because they might not want to. They've had a wildly successful tour of their own. Do you think the royal family should welcome them back, and would they come?
Okay, first of all, I say hell to the no that they should come back under the fold of the royal family that has done nothing but help to, stoke the dog whistle racism, the undisguised sexism, and the misogyny that has been pitted against Meghan Markle. The point here is they've always been part of the royal family. So to me, it is a moot point to ask whether or not they should come back into the fold. They're not on royal simply because they're no longer senior working royals. But let's look at what they have achieved and what they've been achieving. Think about the fact that the group of vultures that, came around them, all these useless people, and the vultures, I do believe you're one of them.
I object to vultures.
Okay, you can defend yourself from that.
You will defend yourself, but let me finish. These vultures did nothing but to denigrate her, abuse her, reduce her to chattel, all in the name of defending the royal family from what? Everything that people can see about Harry and Meghan today is what they already had. The power to resonate with people, the power to invoke emotions that people can actually see themselves in them and transcend the boundaries that divide us. Even the Queen did not achieve this. So as far as I'm concerned,
so you don't think they would come back or should come back, but you do think the royal family would benefit from them being back?
I think most definitely, but the reality here, and there's a biblical saying that sums this up, the stone the builder rejected became the cornerstone. The cornerstone cannot revert back to the stone. That's an abomination. So everything needs to feed into the cornerstone. As far as I'm concerned, Harry and Meghan are looking like the cornerstone right now. So the royal family should be looking to say, can we come under your banner?
Oh, wow, Richard. Right, firstly, you're a vulture.
Now, that's Richard Fitzwilliam that she referred to as a vulture. Those other two, they don't really matter because whoever's sitting in those chairs will be the gatekeepers for the royal family, so it doesn't matter. Excuse me. Let's see. Split ends. But yeah, see why I got confused. I'm like, wait a minute. So you couldn't even tell which tour it was from because it sounds as relevant for Colombia as Nigeria. And so this is strike two. So Harry and Meghan are pitching a perfect game thus far. Strike two. One more strike and the royal family is out. Okay? One more strike and they're out because they're doing the work while the royal family sits around and collects the check. That's what's happening right now. And the days of dimming your light so that other people can shine, or dimming your, what's worse is you would dim your light just so that they can hide from shirking their responsibilities. They will just hide. That's not possible either. That's not possible either. Harry and Meghan are hardworking. They have what you call magnetism. People are just drawn to them. And when you have the ability to use your platform for the greater good, use your platform to elevate real people and make their lives better, it's almost a sin to not use the talents that you have if you can make someone else's life better. Why would you do that? It's just, I hate to sound religious, but if you have a calling, you have a calling, and one must answer that. And that's what they've done. Both of them received their callings at a very young age. They have been called into service. And the thing is, as a royal, technically, everyone is supposed to wait for that call, but some of them never get the call. Or if they do, they ignore it. But Harry went to work at a very young age, and he continues to work. He was in service to his family, and then he was in service to his country. And that has not stopped. Now he has his own family to serve. And another country, the world. That's just the way it is. Let's see. Great to join whoever those people are on this morning for a roundup of the latest royal news, including the King's visit to Southport today. Wow, that was trending. I'm just kidding. How did Donald Trump irk the late Queen when he came to stay? And will Prince Andrew be forced to move out of the Royal Lodge? So I think this was a tweet from Roy Anika, maybe. There was 4 parts to that. I wonder what the other parts are. Anyway, I only had those 2. Whose tweet was that? I forgot where I got it from. But anyway, very interesting. I'll leave that alone. The loving bodyguard. Well, that photo does kind of remind you of The Bodyguard, doesn't it? I'm seeing Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston right now. Kevin Costner's Bodyguard poster, right? It's kind of giving you that. Just a little bit. I know some of y'all are probably looking it up right now. Okay, the only difference is he's not carrying her. But yeah, I'm seeing a little bodyguard there. William's call was left on the answering machine. Oh, and now here's someone who's had a calling. I tell you, I will always feel very sad about the fact that Hillary did not become president of the United States. Um, Time and time again, it was always something working against her. Always something working against her. Guess it just wasn't meant to be, but oh well. She definitely delivered with her speech. I did go back and watch that. It was great. And check it out. Vote for their future. I think this is an AI for sure. But yeah, vote for their future. Let me see how many hands and fingers and stuff do they have. That's how you can tell it's an AI. The AI. Oh, I don't know why that's so weird that the AI always mess up the hands. But yeah, vote for their future. And look who was rocking the tan suit. For some reason, the Republicans had a fit about the tan suit when Obama wore one, and then Biden wore one. But the thing is, so did Ronald Reagan, Lyndon Johnson. All of the presidents have had the tan suit. But I tell you, the Republicans, and I do mean the American Republican Party, they can take the littlest anything and make something out of it. And that is because of the Fox News effect. The Fox News effect. I look at some of the headlines that have come from the tabloids, and they're just mumbling Joe Biden. That's what the man is in tears giving his speech. And they referred to him as Mumbling Joe. Sleepy. Okay, the Sleepy Joe, that's awful, but not terrible. But the man has a speech impediment. And they don't care. I have Googled some of the people that write articles for the tabloids. And remember, I found that one who had some horrible bout with, I don't know if it was cancer or something like that, and her dog died. And this person had written all these nasty things about Harry and Meghan, and not for the tabloids, but for NBC. She was an expat from Britain, but she brought her tabloid, talents over here because the money's better. And then today, I looked at someone from the tabloid. I Googled her, and she worked at one of the fast food chains, the big one. And while she was working there, just 5 years ago, now she's writing for a big tabloid. Well, someone on staff decided to take liberties with her, if you understand what I'm saying. And so she's been through this traumatic situation. I don't know if it was ever reported or anything like that. And that same person who is, telling the world, I won't be a victim. And yes, but yet you are doing the best that you can to destroy other people's mental health. And that's what they do. That they say is the public has a right to know. But the truth is, it's something about seeing things in print and also the fuel that they give to the tabloids. Now, one of these days, I hope there will be some type of law, and I know people say, well, you want to have freedom of speech, but you shouldn't have freedom to harass people through the press. If you cannot stalk and harass people in other places, like using, let's say, Snapchat or whatever communication you want to use, social media, then it shouldn't be allowed for the press to do that. Some things just are not in the public interest. They're just cruel. They're just absolutely cruel. So that is what Harry and Meghan has been campaigning about. That is going to be part of their life's work, is to try to find some kind of way where we can live with this technology without the technology destroying us. But that's the problem, is that the technology as it is today, that you can go after people in a cyberspace or digital formats, and in some cases it's absolutely legal. It's absolutely legal. But notice how the British government even said that they would go after people in other countries if they had anything to do with the riots. They would go after people. And that has happened here in the US. You guys remember what was that girl's name? Meatball? The one that was going around telling people to go and rob the stores and all of these mob actions. What's her name? Meatball. She ended up going to, did she go to jail or she went to court or something like that? But I know that she was dealt with. I don't know what happened with her case, but so when it comes to retail, when it comes to government, they'll put a stop to it. But when it comes to, individuals that just happen to be famous or public figures, oh, well, that's what you get. That's the cost of being rich and famous. That's not right. That is not right. That is not right. Rich and famous people, they struggle with their mental health just like someone in high school, just like someone in the workplace. So that's not okay. But it seems to be that if you are successful in whatever field and you just happen to be a household word or name or whatever, then there is no protection for you. That's what it appears to be. There's no protection for you. Yeah, yeah. You're right about that. The first instinct seems to tear it down. Is to tear it down. Absolutely. Yeah, Fox News. Fox News is the devil. Fox News is the devil, and something needs to be done about it. I'm almost done. Let me go ahead and do this so that we can. By Daniel Martin, I believe he's in Chicago all week doing makeup for the Vice President Kamala Harris. I believe he's in Chicago doing her makeup. And this photo is from like maybe last winter or something like that. Anyway, or was this during the inauguration? I forget how old this photo is. But the thing is, there's a lot of people that the vice president and God willing, the future president, there's a lot of people that they have in common. She and um, the Duchess of Sussex. So I'm hoping that those common people in some kind of way is beneficial to both, right? Beneficial to both. In particular, our Duchess. I'm hoping for that. Harry and Meghan, they don't go around shaking people down for favors and stuff like that. Because one thing about being around rich and powerful people, you learn early on that they know how people move. They know how power moves. They know how to move around power. And so certain things you just don't ask for. But still, I just hope that common connection is beneficial So yeah, that gives you some reason to have some hope. I could imagine is that knowing that a longtime friend of Megan's is, working around a lot of powerful people. Meghan knows a lot of powerful people, so I'm sure it's beneficial to everyone, including our makeup artist friend. Kate's exciting project. Last May, they announced some exciting project. I'm still waiting to hear what it is. Last May, something exciting was supposed to happen, and it had something to do with kids and early years and the shape of us and all that kind of stuff. I'm still waiting to see what it is. I'm waiting. If y'all hear anything, let me know, because it's exciting and I don't want to miss it. And something tells me if you blink, you can miss it. Now this is what I meant to show y'all the other day. I don't think this is AI. I think those are real twins. But this it came up along with the tour of Colombia, and I forgot what context it was in, but they're just so adorable. I just had to share it with you. Much to do about nothing. Keening. Yeah. Remember my 12 Days of Christmas? 1, Kata Keening. 2, something. Anyways, all right. So thank you all very much. I will see you all tomorrow. And thank you to the Mod Squad for keeping this a safe space. So I think I pushed that other video back until like another hour and a half. I'll bring it back to like 30 minutes from now. So if you just happen to be up, but it's no big deal. It's very informative, but it's no big deal. So don't stay up to watch it, but it's just a little extra information. It's about 8.5 minutes long. So I don't know, maybe while you're making breakfast, let it keep you company or whatever. But yeah, so there you go. Huge success. And the Sussex squad has definitely been a part of it. You all can be very proud of the fact that during the worst of times, you were there. During the best of times, you're still there. And even though most of us will never meet them, one of the reasons why they have survived this, 8-year campaign, 7-year campaign of hostility from their families, from the media, is because you guys call them out. You guys call them out. And believe me, if you can take a hit in cyberspace, you can throw a punch in cyberspace. May not be a fair fight, but the thing is, sometimes you have to push back. You have to push back. Let me see. I'm already at work. It's a warm morning in South Africa. Very cool. I hope you have a productive day. I know. Aren't they adorable? They were absolutely adorable. You're welcome, Mamie Ricks. Thank you. All right. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. I don't know if you noticed, but that was an extended from the one from earlier. There was like some new salsa footage that came out today, so I just kind of threw it in there. So yeah, it's a little longer than the one I had before, but gosh, this is so amazing. I'm just still like on cloud nine from the whole thing. It's just amazing. I'm so proud of them. I am so proud of them. I could not be more proud of anything that they've done so far. This was it. It's like you don't even need to do anything or say anything. It just says to that institution, you really, really messed up. We see you. You're really messed up. You were short-sighted, rude, inconsiderate, and you missed out on an amazing thing. Amazing. And as for them, their lives are going on. Harry is a homeowner. He has a mortgage. Not a 100-year lease that he passes on to his child, but an actual mortgage in another country. He actually works for a living. He's on boards and stuff like that, things that, is an honorary position in his family. He's actually doing real work. That's all. Okay, good night.